Well, thank you so much. I wish you were all in the United States Senate. I wanted quite badly to be your next Attorney General, and to be nominated by President Trump for that position was indeed the honor of my professional life. And I view it greatly as a validation of the choice that the voters in Northwest Florida made over and over again to send me to fight for them. But some things don't go according to plan. Matter of fact, one of my Republican colleagues said to me as I had been nominated, Matt, if you leave the Republican conference in the House of Representatives and go to the Department of Justice, we actually think you can improve the quality of both institutions. But I saw the writing on the wall, and that my nomination would cause a delay of the important work that we see ahead. And that is because there remain anti-Trump forces within the Republican conference in the United States Senate. And President Trump needs an Attorney General on day one. And I just assumed, when I withdrew my nomination, looking at everyone else who had been Attorney General, that I would be replaced by someone less attractive. But instead we got Pam Bondi, who is brilliant and lovely, who is talented and courageous, who is creative and bold. Pam Bondi will be a phenomenal Attorney General for President Trump. She has my support and all of ours, and we're going to do everything to see that the mission is accomplished. But the DOJ must change. It must end weaponization of our government. It must facilitate rather than frustrate the largest deportation in American history. It must stop the unlawful surveillance of our fellow Americans. And it must punish the companies involved in the transport, manufacturing, and distribution of fentanyl. And most importantly, on day one, the Department of Justice has to be ready to pardon the non-violent January 6th defendants who were abused by a two-tier justice system. Pam will do these things. We must get her confirmed, and as we look at these Senate confirmations, I must say, I think I moved the Overton window just a bit. The Senate must confirm Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr., and perhaps most importantly, my good friend for the next FBI director, Kash Patel. Republican senators should be ashamed of themselves if they believe the Hillary Clinton lie that somehow Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian agent. I care far more that Tulsi Gabbard will clean up the deep state, tell the truth, and keep America out of forever wars. And while it is a little odd, I don't particularly care that RFK Jr. may have killed a bear or texted back a thirsty reporter. I care far more that RFK Jr. will stop big pharma and big food and big chemical companies from killing our fellow Americans through poison. And it is offensive to me that Republican senators want to tweeze through the life of Pete Hegseth when they haven't lifted a finger in many cases for the lives of the 8,600 patriots who were purged from the Department of Defense as the consequence of an unlawful vaccine mandate. I won't rest, Hegseth won't rest, and Donald Trump will not rest until those patriots are welcomed back with their full rank and back pay. Republican senators, we, the voters of this movement, will not accept the answer that you voted for Joe Biden's nominees, like Lloyd Austin, but refused Trump's. Politics will encounter more accountability these days. We just saw it last week. Last week, every lobbyist in Washington, D.C. wanted this 1,500-page bill to pass with billions of dollars in pork, with the funding of the censorship industrial complex, with the funding of bio labs and foreign aid that do not serve America's interests. They had all the wind at their back. They had backed us up against a Christmas break, and thanks to Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Turning Point and the millions of people who are mobilized on X, we defeated the bill of the lobbyists, and we are ready to march on with America First agenda. And the Democrats, they just don't get it. They continue to criticize Elon Musk as if he is acting in self-interest, when we all see that Elon is acting alongside President Trump in the national interest. And we have something now that we've never had before. We have the ability to lash the resources that Elon is committed to with the energy and the mobilization and the infrastructure built by Charlie Kirk and animated by Turning Point Patriots in chapters all over America. Many have asked which perch I will be fighting from next. And some of you throughout this conference have even given me a few suggestions. My fellow Floridians have asked me to eye the governor's mansion in Tallahassee. Maybe special counsel to go after the insider trading from my former colleagues in Congress. It seems I may not have had enough support in the United States Senate. Maybe I'll just run for Marco Rubio's vacant seat in the United States Senate and join some of those folks. And my friend Steve Bannon and others have suggested that I return to the House of Representatives on January 3rd, but I would remind Steve, when he got out of prison, he didn't punch a guard on the way out. For the moment, I'll enjoy being one of you. It was James Madison who said that the most powerful position in America would not be congressman or senator or even president, but that of citizen, because we put such an obligation on the citizenry to ignite the patriotism that the country needs. President Trump will need warriors at every level of government, local, state, and federal. And he's going to need people fighting for him inside and outside of government. Now, I was known as a feisty, tough, and at times exciting congressman. One America News is a feisty, tough, exciting news organization, and I am thrilled to be joining their lineup with the Matt Gaetz Show at 9 p.m. They're even letting me film out of Washington, D.C. a good amount, and so who knows what trouble I may get into while I'm there. Censorship of OAN, the Federalist, and so many other conservatives must be remediated. It is not enough just to stop the censorship now going forward or to limit the repression of our reach and our discussion. We have to go and remediate the censorship that they've already done to One America News and to so many other entities that deserve to be a part of what we are building and what we are doing. Last night on Saturday Night Live, they made a little joke at my expense. Martin Short, in his opening monologue, said, "Oh yeah, I have to hurry up because Matt Gaetz is my Uber driver out back." And I got to thinking about that. Think about being so disconnected that you would sit there with the Hollywood elites while trashing the people who drive Uber and actually work for a living every day. So, this is a movement for winners. The greatest one will be taking this stage in just moments. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone out there who knocked on the doors in the swing states, who registered the voters, who chased the ballots, who made the calls on Election Day. You deserved this victory. You earned this victory. You fought for it, and now it is time to get up, stand up, join together, and to fight for this country we love. Thank you all so much. Thank you for having my back. I will never stop fighting for you. Let's go get them.